So standing on the mats, feet hip width apart. I'm doing a bare feet today. I quite often have my socks on, but I just thought bare feet means you can feel the floor, of course. So if you separate your toes, lift and separate your toes. Don't worry if you feel like you're a little bit bad at this one. It does actually come with practice, and you'll have more control over your big toes the more you try and do. This is really good for anyone who worries that they might be getting a bunion or something. So if you try and pull your big toes together like that. If you push down through your big toes, it helps you to lift up your arch. So for anybody worrying that their arches are flattening a little bit, then you can pull and lift up the arch by pushing down through the big toes. And what that does is it uses the correct muscles to lift up the arch. If you literally just roll onto the outside of your feet, you can see what my knees are doing there, and you can see my feet don't look particularly good. So push through the big toes, draw up the arch, soften through your knees just a little bit. And that doesn't mean bent knees. That means just softening through the knees, just bringing them out of that locked position. Rocking forwards and backwards, onto your toes, onto your heels, onto your toes, onto your heels. Good, and feel your tummy squeeze and lift as you come back onto your heels. Good, feel your glutes squeeze just a little bit as you come forwards. Good. Brilliant. Forwards, backwards. Now side to side, onto one foot, onto the other foot. And this should be the side glutes. If anybody is confused about which parts of the glutes that they're using a lot of the time, this side to side motion is the sideways glutes. Leave that there, put that down. No, you're not, because he's not having it outside. Okay? One, you two. Skedaddle. So the side glutes as you're working there. And as you come forwards and backwards, that forwards motion, you should feel the main part of the glutes and then the abs. Main part of the glutes, then the abs. And as you come from side to side, it's the side part of the glutes there. Just to clear something up if you were struggling with those concepts. Bring your feet very slightly further in. Lift one heel. Draw in your tummy. Swap and push the heel down. If you can keep it dry, you can take it out, okay? If you can keep it dry. Alright. Pushing one heel down at a time, drawing in your tummy, pushing the shoulders down, trying to keep your hips as level as you can. So with this swap, you're keeping the hips nice and level. Good. You can do that a little bit by squeezing your glutes on that side and squeezing on the other side. So as you squeeze your glutes, draw in your tummy, dropping your shoulders. Carnage here today. Keeping your ribs down, your chest open, shoulders down, tuck your chin and lengthen up through the back of the neck. Brilliant. Step your feet out nice and wide, bending both knees, tucking your bottom under, scooping in your tummy, trying to think about going down between two panes of glass. Good. Dropping the shoulders, tucking the bottom under, keeping up tall. Brilliant. Now, stay at the bottom and place your hands on the backs of your thighs there and push your knees backwards into your thighs. No, that doesn't make any sense, does it? Push your thighs backwards into your hands. Keep your shoulders down. Good. Lift one heel at a time, trying to keep the rest of the body as still as possible. So you're trying to keep still from the hips upwards. Stop it. Keeping your knees rotated out as much as possible. And then gliding from side to side. Come to the middle and glide to the side. Squeeze your glute and squeeze your thigh on the leg that's pushing out like that. Good. Tighten and squeeze. Brilliant. Get some nice breaths in as you go. Stay down still. Those thighs might be burning, but obviously it's pretty good for you. Arms out in front, drop the shoulders, rotate around, bringing that arm backwards and round. Good. And rotate the other way. Lovely. Keep the shoulders down, rotating your chest. But this position with your legs and your hips, keep your hips pointing forwards. Good. Try and keep the weight backwards through the heels though, and the knees rotated out. Good. One more each side. Lovely. And come back up. You might not have been too low there by the time we finished. Turn your toes in, heels in, and toes in again. Now we're going to turn to the side. Can you not watch the telly in the living room? No? Okay. To the side, fingertips on something at the side of you, if you can find something just to the side of you there. Soften your knees slightly again and tuck your bottom under and drop your shoulders. Now the exercise we're doing is that RDL, so we're coming forwards and back up again. So that leg, everything points forwards, your leg slides backwards, your body comes forwards at the same time, and then you come back up again. And off we go, we'll do 10. We've probably done a couple already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, good stuff, 6, 7, 2 more, 9, 10. Lovely. I'm going to turn around, and if you have got something to the side of you, it's better you turn around because then you put the other hand down and the other hand on your hip. So we're coming forwards, a couple of practice ones, just making sure I've got enough room there. 1, 2, just to equal out from the other side, and then we'll do our 10. Bottom under, ribs down, everything pointing forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, good. 5, hamstrings aching from yesterday, I did some weights. 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, 10. Brilliant. Give your legs a little shake. Good stuff. Any more in standing? Oh, maybe a few calves. So actually, if you come up onto your toes, bend your knees, heels down, and back up. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze and tuck your bottom under. Up onto your toes, knees, heels, back up. Try and get that balance. Toes, knees, heels, back up. Drop the shoulders, tuck the chin. Lovely. This is all about that control around those muscles we talked about at the beginning. Picking up the arches, weight through the big toes. Good. 2 more. Last one. Brilliant. Okay, let's do a few more stretches in this position. Sliding one arm down, sliding to the other side. Good. Try and open out and stretch those fingertips down to the side. So you're stretching the side of your body, but you're also stretching your fingertips down to the side. Down to the floor, I should say. Good. You can even, if we bend one knee a little bit, as you come down, you're going to get even more of a slide down to the side. And actually on this one, let the hips sway a little bit from side to side. Good. Maybe you want to just join in? Might as well. Good, let's do one more each side. Lovely. Okay, turning those toes out. Everybody's favourite, I know. Bending both knees, make sure your knees don't come forward, rotate them out to the side, tuck your bottom under, point one foot out to the side, keeping that knee locked. Point it forwards, and then a little bit behind you. Forwards and then a little bit behind. 3, keep strong here in the hips level. 6, 7, 8, 9, Lovely. Stay down with your knees bent and your toes out. Tuck the bottom under. Point the toe out to the side. Come forwards and back. Forwards and back. I don't think I've done this one where we've actually gone back behind our body. So that's a little bit different and very pinchy in those glutes. Lovely. I should have given an alternative to that one because I'm sure there are a few of you that need a little bit of an alternative. It could just be a straight lift or it could just be the ankle. Now if you just come to the end of your mat, looking forwards, breathe in, nice deep breath needed today. Tuck your chin and curl all the way down to the bottom. Let your arms hang heavy and your head hang heavy. And then bend and straighten each knee. Good. So really in need of this today, because I picked my weights back up again the last couple of days, which does make things ache. So it's always good to make sure you get your Pilates here. And I don't need to sell it to you guys because you're already here. Bend the knees. Sit, make sure you've got that nice full bend in the knees there. Some of you will struggle with it, so it's just worth working on. Push all the way up. Come down and push all the way up. Come down and push all the way up. Keep going, guys. Good. So once you've done with those, coming all the way forwards onto your hands and knees. Now just around the shoulders first. Drop your shoulders and your chest down forwards. Push up and away. Drop down and push up and away. Good. Drawing in through your lower tummy. So even though you're doing a shoulder exercise, you're still working this part of you here. Good. And if you're unsure what I mean by drawing in the lower tummy, just think about using your pelvic floor. Think about pulling your belly button towards your spine and think about not arching your back. Lily, can you close that door completely, sweets? Good, and now we're going to just do that lower back there. So that will give you another sense of what it means to use that lower tummy. So you're scooping in the tummy and picking up and tucking the tailbone under, and then really sticking the tailbone out. So repeating there. Tucking under and out. Good. And then we try and add it all together. So shoulders and tuck your bottom under. Stick your bottom out and drop your chest down. And go again. Tuck your chin each time as well, because that gives you that nice lovely stretch there. Good. Stop there and try and get ourselves into that good position with your bottom tucked under slightly. Draw in through your lower tummy and push up and away a little bit out of the shoulders. I would like you to bring that right arm up to the front and think of yourself in a lovely straight line from your fingertips to your tailbone and then pulsing up and down. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We'll do 20. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to go sideways. Draw your awareness to that arm and that hand that's on the floor. Push up and away. Sideways. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. 20. Good. Back and along the body. Draw in your tummy. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 20. Good. Push, stretch up to the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10. Good. Coming down, sideways, pulse up and down. Again, have that awareness of that arm that you're weight bearing through. Strong through the arm, strong through the shoulder, don't collapse. Backwards and off we go again. 7, 8, 9, 10. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 180. Brilliant. So a little bit on the legs in this position. We're just coming out to the side like that. Notice that I don't lift that leg up particularly high. It's just coming to there. If I was to lift any higher, I'd have to lift up my hip and twist the hips. So we're going to do 10 on each side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, clunk. 8, 9, 10, and then the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Sit back on the heels. Always a nice position to get into. Lovely. Okay, 1 set of press-ups. So remember, you've got your box press-ups here. You've got your half press-ups here with the bum down a little bit and rolling forwards onto the tops of the knees, or you've obviously got your full press-ups. Just make sure you can do 10 of them and get your chest as low down to the floor as you possibly can. So I'm going to go for that middle one. Good. And off we go. 10 of them. Tuck your bottom under, have your head in line, chest as low as you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2 more. Lovely, good stuff. And then an exercise that I'd kind of forgotten about for a while actually, if you stretch forwards with your right arm and up and round in a circle, and then your hand back on the floor. Stretch forwards with your left, up and round, and you concentrate on the arm that's on the floor as well. You push up and away through the arm that's on the floor. Other side. Good. Go. 1 more each side. And go. Lovely. Sit back on your heels and stretch that way. Coming forwards and drop your hips down to stretch forwards. Good. Coming back onto your heels and forward. Good. 1 more. Sit back onto your heels and then coming forward. All right, let's come on to our backs, but I'm going to do those exercises up on the elbows again today. Remember, these are not for everybody, totally. The shoulders may not be able to take it, your backs might not be comfortable, so you can do all of these exercises flat on your back. Please, please don't worry about it. But if your body is behaving and doing it as it should, then you can come up onto the elbows there and push your chest up and away from it. Feet hip width apart, feet on the floor. Rock the pelvis. So have a feel. You'll be able to feel a bigger movement of the pelvis when you're in this position. You'll be able to rock backwards and forwards a little bit easier. But you do need to somehow settle somewhere in between. Draw in your lower tummy and picking up 1 leg at a time. Good. Don't rock the table, please. Keep going with that exercise. Good. Good. And make sure that the shin is level with the ceiling. It's more tempting on this exercise, I always think, to swing the toes up a little bit too high. Keep pushing up and out of the shoulders. Drawing in your tummy. Good, and on to the next level of this exercise. Right leg up, draw in your tummy, pick up your left. Right down, left down, and continue. Right up, right down, left down. Pushing up and out of it. We've got loads of pesto, Harry. Just keep looking. Good.
Is this pesto?
Swap sides. Guys, you've got to be quiet. Squeezing in that lower tummy.
You can't have your hands across your tummy, of course, when you're in this position because your hands are a little bit stuck. You probably could, no, it's not going to work. But you've just got to have that sense of drawing in that lower tummy, especially when you pick up that second leg. Good, on to the next level of that one, tapping the toes. Tap and lift, tap and lift. Guys, you've got to be quiet, please. Shh. Good, squeezing in your tummy. And then 20 fast ones. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. And then sideways and back up. Sideways and back up. Drawing in. Tighten through the pelvic floor. Pushing up and away.
Let's go to my bedroom.
Brilliant. Lovely. Knees and toes together. You can roll over to the side. That's interesting, isn't it? With being up on the elbows. 2, 3, 4. Pull the hip down to the floor. Pick up the foot and the knee. Harry, just boil the kettle. It's fine. In the corridor. One more each side. Brilliant. Both legs up to tabletop. Taking one leg out to the side and back up. Good, and then the other side. Drawing in your tummy. Try not to let the hips rock from side to side. Keep pushing yourself up and out of those shoulders. That is if you're up on the elbows, of course. Keep breathing. One more each side. Brilliant. Both legs down. Right, if you're happy still up there, stay there. Draw in that tummy. Push the leg out. Stretch your toes up. Push the heel away and come back in. Push away, sliding that heel along the mat. And then come back in. Good to stretch up through the backs of the legs. Good, I'm sure everybody's still feeling tight from all of this home working, different setups, longer hours. So all of this is lovely just to open things up, use a few of the different muscles, stretch out through some of the tight areas. Good. One more each side. Brilliant. Okay. Right leg to tabletop, stretch away, pull those toes up again. Back in and down. Don't worry if you can't do the different foot positions. In and down. It's just nice to stretch, pull the heels up. I'm dropping my back there, so make sure you pick up and arch through the back. Try it a few times with just a pointed toe. That's quite nice. Push up out the shoulders and talk to myself as much as you guys out there. Brilliant. One more each side. Last one. Good stuff. I think we can have an attempt with both legs up. Draw in your tummy. Keep nice and strong. Push out and in like that. If you're still there on your back, draw the ribs down. Keep the chest open. Tuck the chin. That applies to everybody, whatever your chosen position is. Breathe. Good. One more each side. Well done. Come back down. Let's come down onto our backs. Well deserved. Anyone who stayed up there with me on those elbows, it's nice just to lay down on the back, broaden out through the chest. Take a nice breath in, breathe out and sink the ribs down. Find that little arch in the back. Tighten through your pelvic floor, lifting and squeezing, tightening through there. That will tap into those deep abdominal muscles and make all of that nice and strong around your spine. And let's just do a couple of the standard exercises here, trying to keep the hips as level as you can. Good, shoulders down away from the ears, chest open, chin tucked, pelvic floor switched on. Good. Lovely. Sideways. I know we're repeating the exercises that we have just done on our elbows, but you don't quite get the benefits up there, I don't think, of getting those really deep muscles working, the ones that stabilize and support around the spine. Good. Lovely. Tabletop with the right, out, in and down, and then with the left, out, in and down. Really thinking all the time about tightening through that pelvic floor. Good. Breathing relaxed, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. Now, we're going to do a set of 100. So if you tuck through your chin, peel your head and shoulders off, maintain that little arch under your back so you can just get your fingertips there, stretch your arms down by your sides and pump your hands up and down. Some of you will struggle immediately with this neck position, so you can have your head and shoulders down. Breathe in through your nose for 5 and out for 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep drawing in through your tummy. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 5. Right leg up. Right hand round behind your head. Left hand up and down. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. In, 2, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Swap sides, other arm. Breathing in, breathing out. Tighten through that pelvic floor. Crunch up that little bit higher. 5. Make sure you're working hard enough. Keep the elbow nice and wide. Out, 3, 4, 5. Last 5. Lovely. And come back down. Heels one little step closer to your bottom. Arms stretched out along your body, tucking your bottom under, peeling up and pushing your knees away. And then curl down with the ribs first, and then the lower spine just curls back down towards the floor. Tucking under, curling up, pushing the ribs down, push your knees away. And then curl back down again. One more, just where we're mobilising the spine, tucking under, pushing your knees away, ribs down, and curl back down. Good. We're going to stay up at the top. Stay up at the top, up onto the toes, down, up onto the heels and down. Don't worry if your ankles don't move that way. See how much you can do. 3. Keep squeezing your glutes. 4. 6, 7, 8, we'll do 10, 9, 10. Harry, stop. Curl back down. Bring your knees into your chest. Roll your knees from side to side. Breathe. No. No, Lily. Bring your heels close to your bum. So we're going to curl up and we're going to straighten out one leg at a time. Straighten down, and then curl back down again. If you struggle with taking the foot off the floor in the shoulder bridge, which I don't blame some of you, curling up and then lift one heel, lift the other heel and curl back down. So you've got a couple of options there. Arms down by your sides, tucking under, curling up. Good. Straighten the right, straighten the left, and curl back down. Good. Tucking under, curling up, straighten, and curl down. Good. We'll do 3 more. That'll make it 5 sets of these. Good. And curl down. Go again, curl up. Good. And down. Last one, tucking under, curling up. Straighten, straighten, and curl back down. Brilliant. While we're in this position, pick up that right leg, hook your hands around the back of it, and push up and down. Good, we're going to do 10 on each leg. So you can see how tight my hamstrings are today. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, soon to be looser hopefully, 9, 10. Bring that leg down. Other leg, hold on behind the back of the leg. 1, 2, 3, 4,
There might be a little bit.
7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Okay, with the knees and toes together and your hands on your ribs, let's roll the knees from side to side and stretch off any tightnesses that may have built up through those abdominal exercises and the shoulder bridges. Good. Keep breathing. Should go without saying, really, shouldn't it? Good. Let's try a few crunches. So hands behind your head. Good. Find that little arch in the back and draw the ribs down to crunch. Lead the crunch by pulling the ribs down at the front. And off we go. 1. Crunch that a little bit higher than you want to. 3, 4. Well done. 5. Try to hollow that tummy and keep that little arch in the back. 8, 9, 10. Let's have the right leg up to tabletop. 1, 2, 3, 5. Don't bring those toes too high. 7. Bring the foot down, other leg up, and off we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Extra little push at the top of the crunch. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Good stuff. Right, let's turn over onto the side. Good. And down today with these ones. Tuck the bottom hip back, tuck the ribs back, scoop and tuck your bottom under. Try and create that little arch in the side, little gap in the side there by pushing your top hip away. Please don't worry if you don't get that little concept there, but it's something worth mentioning. Picking up that top knee. 2, drawing in your tummy. 4, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just 10 of each, I think. Feet up. 2, 3. We did a lot of glutes at the beginning, didn't we? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then bottom leg down, top leg forwards and backwards with a bent knee. 2, 3. Feel yourself just moving at that hip. Everything else staying still. Keep breathing. 7, 8, 9, 10. Straighten out the bottom leg, bend the top one, hook your toes around the back knee. Back knee? Back of the bottom leg knee. Lift that leg. 1, 2, 3. You really do have to use the rest of your body for this one. 6, 7, 9, 10. Oh, I skipped that last one, didn't I? 10. Legs out, pull your toes up and lift that top knee. 2, leg. 4, straight leg. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bottom leg to join it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Got glutes today. 4. Other side. just propped up there on the elbow, tuck the bottom hip back, tuck the ribs back, scoop the tummy in, feet in line with your bum, hand on the floor, lifting the top knee. Breathing. In through your nose, out through your mouth. 9, 10. Feet up. Off we go again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. What did I do next? Bottom leg down, top leg forwards and backwards. 1, 2. Work with whatever space you've got. 3, 4. As you can see me hitting my cabinet. 5, 6. Move a little bit. 7, 8, 9, 10. Straighten the bottom leg, bend the top leg, tuck your foot behind that knee. Picking up the knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Always hard, these ones. 8, 9, 10. Both legs out straight. Top leg up and down. Feels like a bit of a rest to start with. 3, 4, 5. Really working that side glute. Keep it up. Bottom leg to join it. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Sitting up. Let's firstly put our feet together and drop the knees down like that butterfly stretch, my daughter calls it. Keeping yourself up tall, dropping the shoulders. Also quite a nice way of stretching through the neck and the shoulders there if you keep hold of your toes, if you can. Legs out in a V. And it may just be that you can just bring yourself forwards there just a little bit, or maybe you need to put your hands behind you and push and lift up through the chest. In fact, that's a bit more effective, I'm finding. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Lovely. Good stuff. And I wanted us to turn on to our friends to do a few shoulder exercises now before we do our stretches to finish off. So with your chin tucked and your forehead on the mat, stretch your arms down by your sides, tuck your bottom under, and I want you to drop the shoulders to the mat to start with. And then the shoulders lift, hands down, shoulders down. Keep going, shoulders up, hands, shoulders. Keep going. Just blocking out some of the noise there. Good. Shoulders, hands, shoulders. Couple more. Last one. Good. Shoulders up, hands up. Pulse the hands up and down with those palms facing in to start with. Squeeze your bum, keep your legs down on the floor. Bottom under, tummy in. Palms up. And palms down. Keep your elbows straight. Move from the shoulders. Out to the side now. So your elbows are straight out from your body and your fingertips are out in front of them, if that makes sense. Lift and down. 2, 3. Bottom under, tummy in. And then from there, we're going to stretch forwards and back 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Might be burning around those shoulder blades. Stroke your hands along the floor, makes it a little bit easier. Lovely. Fridge, yeah. Up onto the elbows, hands together, just drop and lift, or I should say lower. And lift, lower, and lift. Good. 3 more. Your tummy's strong even in this position. Lovely. Okay, we are coming up. One leg up in front and come up onto that. Tucking your bottom under. Hook your hands
and stretch straight up and lunge forwards into it, feeling that stretch in the front of the hip. Good. Sitting back halfway, point and flex the ankle. Good. Other side. Kneeling, hook your hands, stretch straight up, tuck your bottom under, lunge down, elbows straight. Good. Sitting back into your heel. There, and point and flex the ankle. Lovely. Good. Turning your toes under. Stretch your bottom up and push down in one heel at a time. Pushing down. Push. Push. Good. Stretching through the feet. Stretching through the calf. Great. Now we're going to step that right leg forwards just before you think you've got away with it. Bring the knee down to the floor should you want to, you don't have to. But stretch up and round and then elbow to the floor. Up. I shouldn't say up and round, it's actually more of a straight up. 2, 3. Last one. Lovely. Step the other leg forwards. Knee down to the floor if you want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. All right. So how are we doing? Nearly there. Just a couple of minutes. Sit back on the heels again, just as we did before. Hands and knees, turn your toes under, stretch your bottom up, walk your hands to your feet and then hang there. Breathe in and out. Actually, it's really nice to do some nice deep breaths in this position with your arms hanging down. Bend and straighten each knee. Good. And curl your way back up. Roll your shoulders a couple of times. And well done. Thank you for joining me again.